All right, so let's look at the example one. Pick the outcome in cell F8. Pick the outcome in cell F8. So what we want to do is what I'm going to do is copy these numbers over into my cell, okay? So row one, there was blank. So I have 2, 5, 8, 11, 35, 30, 25, 20, 8, 10, 12, 14. All right, in cell F8. Cell F8 is going to be equal, it says B2 plus C2. And it says to hold that constant. So it would be 13. All right, now it says copy to cell G10. So we need copy. I'll go to G10. Hit enter. Oh, sorry. Enter. Right. So 13. So the answer would be A. Predict the outcome. And then it just asks you to do another one. It says, in cell B9, A, copy this formula, and then copy to cell B10. And then the answer will be, I know this is super easy. What does it say? In cell B9, so you go B9, and let's do it from the formula bar, equal A3 plus C4. And now we want to hold A3 constant to make it absolute. Yeah, hit enter. So you got 32. And then he says copy to B10. So if I do that and I copy it to B10, the answer is 20. For this one, I did it wrong. So it'll be answer would be 24 for the first example, if I copied it over. Now the way to copy it over is you see this little square here. Make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yep, sharing the right screen. So if you see this little, click on the cell, there's a little square there, right? And if you hover your mouse over, you see how it turns into a little cross. And so you just grab it and you scroll down. And then if you grab it again, you scroll over. And then what it's doing is, notice what it's doing. So you have B2 plus C2, all right? Right here, you got B3. And then you have plus C3. You have B4 plus C4. We didn't hold C row or column constant. All we did, but what we did, we held the B column constant. We have this column constant. So it's always going to be this column. And so then it went down 3. So it'll be B4 plus C4. And then when we scroll over here, now we're going over to D because we didn't hold that column constant. We didn't hold this column constant. We didn't hold this row constant either. So once I copy this over here, right, what you're doing is you still have B4, right, which is 10, but you're adding it to D4, which is 14. And that's how that works. All right, that's how you use formulas. It's so many, please just work through a lot more of these examples within the slides. Because there's also mathematical functions, right? And let's go over a couple of those. Please work through the other examples, for using the relative, absolute, and mixed formulas, mixed express addressing, right? Go through that, go through those other examples. Now, let's discuss a couple formulas or mathematical functions in Excel. Excel, again, very powerful tool, right? So you can do examples of functions. You can use the inverse of a natural logarithmic. And the expression is EXP, right? So you'll go equal EXP in the cell. Cell is referring or referencing the value to which E is raised. And again, how you would write that. You would go equal 5 times EXP to the negative 3 times A5. All right, that's another function. That's one function. Some functions can be expressed in multiple equivalent ways. All right, you can go A5 to the power of 3, or you can go power A5, comma 3. And that raises A5 to the power of 3. You can also do the product of A5, A5, and A5, which is multiplying cell A5 times A5 times A5 times A5, right? That's a product. Or you can go A5 times A5. This is just different ways you can write functions, right? So product, power, EXP are all mathematical functions that you can use in Excel. But here's some other functions, right? You got square root. SQRT means square root. SUM, obviously, sum the cells. Raises E based to natural log to the power of a cell. Inverse of ln, right? And so sorry, these are the definitions of all of these. Let me see, other functions. All right, some other functions you got, right? If you all have taken trig, right, you have cosine, you got sine, cosine, a cosine, the inverse of a cosine. You can use degrees. You've used pi, right? Radians. But these are all functions that Excel allows you to use. And in Excel, you want to use pi, so you would go in equal, you would type in the equal sign, 4 divided by 3 times pi, open, close parentheses, times A5 to the power of 3, right? You could also use, if you're trying to use the power, right? You can go A5 to the power of 3, or you can use another cell and define A5 to the power of 3 by saying power equal power A5 to comma 3, and you can reference that formula, or you can reference this formula from whatever cell it is in. You can reference that cell here. So you go 4/3 times pi times whatever cell you put that formula into. All right, so let's look at that. Look at that. All right, so what we got, A5. A5 doesn't have a number in it. So let's give it one. All right, so now it has one. And then we're gonna say equal. How do we want to do it? Let's just pick one. So we'll go equal power equal that in power over parentheses. And it says put the number. The number is 85, right? No, that's D5, sorry. D5, comma, 3. This is the power, close parentheses, enter. All right, now, notice we did that, but we want to hold A5 constant. So we'll come over here and we'll do that. And we have it, and it's constant. So it's always going to be A5. All right. So if we come down here in cell A7, and we want to call that, we're going to go over here and we'll do the other formula. So we'll use, let's say, equal 4 divided by 3. Sorry. 7. All right. So we're going to equal 4 divided by 3 times pi, open close parentheses, times A5 to the power of 3, which is the cell. So you go enter, right? And if I wanted to go across, it's 0. Why is it 0? Because we kept, oh, sorry. So we also need to do this. We need to do that. And hold that. Now, all right, and see if I scroll this way. Bam. I kept that, I'm just doing it. I'm holding F2 constant, right? Holding this cell constant. See if I go down, it's going to be the same. Because why is it the same? Because all of these are constants. 4/3 is a constant, pi is a constant. And then F2, then I'm holding it constant. So if I reference, say I referenced, I did this, right? Not that. So if I did A5, I want A to stay constant, 5 seconds have to, right? And I did this. Oh, I think because holding A constant, row 5 is a constant, row 5. No, sorry, holding the cell constant. So I'm going to make it do the row and go enter. Yeah, I go that. All right, now there we go. So that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, there we go. Now, so if I'm going to hold, I'll hold again the row constant. That way. And then if I move this over, all right, now it changes because now it's referencing G. And then if I move it over again, it'll be referencing H. And if I move it over one more, it's referencing I. All right. So those are just some functions that you can use. It tells so many. Please read. It does the square root, like I said. The sum. So if I wanted to do a sum, I could go equal. And I want to sum these cells. So I'll go A7 colon to D7, right? And then close parentheses. And it'll sum all 3 of these cells. All right. So the way you can use sum, it does the square root, and it does so many. I think I already said that. That was another good one. that it does. Like it does average. That's like something that's common. It'll find the mean too, right? So if I wanted to average, see, do you want to accept this correction? So it wanted me to spell it out. I'll go yes. And then it averages that. And if I wanted to go mean in the middle, didn't like it. It didn't like it. So something I didn't like about the mean. But median, maybe that. Sorry. All right. Now I just did median. All right, between A7 and D7. And then it finds the median. So just some tools you can use from chapter 10. And then so chapter 11, I think we'll do some graphing. All right. Well, thank you for listening.